Okay guys, over here the 3 supposedly free items at Temu, and unfortunately to actually qualify for these 3 free items I did have to buy another item which costs at least $30, which is actually a drone. If you want to see in the beginning of the video, I actually did show you guys a drone, so why not? I'm just going to unbox it to see whether or not any of these 3 free products are any good or if they're just Temu junk. So why not? Here is the box. Actually, there are actually several boxes here. So this box including, and I believe this box as well. Oh, which is kind of funny. I do believe it's a battery pack of some sort. And actually this. So why not? I'm just gonna open it. So I do need my trusty old knife here. Now that's better, so I could actually open this. I don't know what we'll get, but I do believe these are quite cool, and it seems like they're actually light controls. Actually, several boxes. Wow, quite a nice thing for it to be free. Yep, these are light controls, and if you were to open this, you would actually find out that these are actually earbuds. Yes, as you can see, yes, with the battery indicator over here, which is quite cool. Even the AirPods Pro does not have this. And over here what the earbuds look like. Yes, quite stunning. I'm sorry if I said battery connector, because it does look like there's actually a battery percentage. And over here is actually the mini wireless speaker. And as you can see, it is quite cool, yeah, for it to be of a mushroom type. And I'm not sure if you could actually plant this on some table or something, but this is one of these like folding tables from Walmart, so I don't believe so. And over here is actually the port, the charging cable. And yeah, it does seem like micro USB. And for the AirPods clone, it is also micro USB as well, so why not? Over here is actually the owner's manual. So anyways, let's just review them. Okay guys, so starting up, I'm actually going to review this, which is actually called the BT280, which is actually a wireless speaker similar to the JBL Go 3. Now this is actually one of my speakers. I do have a JBL Clip 4, which is going to be better, but this is actually a $40 to $50 Bluetooth speaker, so why not? I'm actually going to compare the two to show you guys how the sound quality actually compares on this, which is supposed to be like $30 but ended up being free, to this. So over here is actually the power button. I think you do have to hold. I'm not really sure what these 2 buttons are, the eyes, but over here is actually the charging port, yes. And let's see if it actually works with a micro USB plug. So over here I actually do have a micro USB cable, and let's see. And it actually does though. Ironically, the earphones, the wireless earphones, don't even work with this like micro USB connector, which is kind of ironic given the fact it is actually micro USB, just like many cheaper products and more affordable products. And over here is actually a suction cup. You could actually do like this, and you could even make this become like some sort of kickstand as well for your iPhone, yes, which is kind of cool. Better than the JBL and stuff. So there's that. That is actually 1 quark. you could essentially use it as a kickstand. And not only that, I'm actually going to show you guys the audio sample. I'm not really sure how the battery is actually rated, but over here is an audio sample. So I'm actually going to listen to some Mozart. But first off, I do want to remind you, if you first power it on and you see the word BT280, definitely do pair it, because BT280 is actually this speaker over here, the wireless speaker. Now, as you can see, in my opinion, the JBL is definitely a better quality, and even though the audio on the BT280 is definitely for sure edible, as the speakers are actually here, I do think the sound is kind of tinny, but in reality it does get quite loud at times. Just not as loud as the JBL Go 3. But in reality, this is a much smaller speaker set compared to the JBL Go 3, so it's definitely more efficient. And you could actually fit this in many pockets, to be honest, even in the shut pocket as well. So that's kind of a cool trick. But in reality, the sound is kind of tinny. It does not have as much clarity as some of the more premium speakers or even the iPhone. But in reality, I do think this is quite a decent buy. And I would actually give it a passing score of a 3 out of 5 for sound, and definitely a 5 out of 5 for value, because in reality this is free. Who even expects a free speaker to actually work really well, and especially be quirky and be used as a kickstand for the phone, which is kind of eccentric, to be honest. I actually do love this unit, so I definitely do give this a 4 out of 10 for its execution. But last up, I'll show you guys what these two buttons represent. Okay guys, I'll show you. Yep, essentially for the previous and next track. Next up is actually the wireless earphones. Over here it is. It is still working, and if you were to lift this up, you would actually find a USB-A as well as a micro USB. And let me show you guys whether or not it actually connects to this micro USB, which you got with the HTC One. I'm not sure if this is really a pass or not, but it actually sort of works. And over here is actually the enclosure. As you can see with the two earphones, this is actually the left side, and over here is the right side. And yes, it is made of plastic compared with my AirPods. Now the case is actually slightly bigger, but the AirPods case does seem more premium. Definitely, this is actually a $250 product, whilst this is a free product which used to cost around $45 according to Temu's site. But I don't think many people are actually going to buy at that price, because it's kind of overpriced, if at that price, but definitely a steal for free. So why not, I'm just going to test the volume and the sound quality. And unfortunately, it only seems like the left side actually works. And over here is device F9. Yes, this Bluetooth earphones is actually called F9. Now, unfortunately, on the iPhone, it would actually say battery 100%. But to be honest, the sound is quite tinny, and the volume is kind of okay. You can still listen, but unfortunately, there's no noise cancelling. but fortunately it does seem comfortable. The headset actually does seem comfortable to the ear. Luckily I don't risk it falling because of some ear cushions, kind of like that of the AirPods Pro, which does add to some of the comforts. And the ergonomics, I would say, is kind of okay for the value. Quite a good value, but in reality, definitely not as good as that of the AirPods Pro, of which the AirPods Pro actually sleeps right at your ear, of which it's definitely not going to fall apart or fall down or anything. It's definitely for sure more comfortable. And not only that, the AirPods Pro actually has more features and noise cancelling, whilst this does not really have much noise cancelling of any way. And I would say the AirPods Pro does have higher clarity and higher bass, whilst this kind of sounds a bit more tinny, unfortunately. But in reality, if I were to give a score, definitely a passing 3 out of 5 for sound and 5 out of 5 for value, with a total score of 4 out of 5 on average. So I would say this is a steal, especially for free. But for $40, I would say maybe let's give or take 4 out of 5 for value. And lastly, let me remind you guys about the charging situation, because you do have to essentially align the earphone correctly, yes, for it to actually charge. Because ironically, the left side only charges and the right side kind of has trouble charging, so you do have to align it very correctly, in fact. Which is kind of unfortunate, but I don't really know what to say here. As you can see, it does take some wiggling around, which is kind of unfortunate. And last up is definitely the light controls over here. I'm now going to unbox one of the boxes. Blue, orange, white, pink. And over here it is. Now I have to find a wall adapter. But you could actually find several here. I believe all of them are actually squares, to be honest. Ironically, white squares. But these are actually $30 as the original price. And I actually got 4 of them for free. Yes, for free. So why not? I'm actually going to find a wall adapter and I'm going to plug them in. Okay guys, I just turned my lights off, and over here is the LED control. Now, these actually do have automatic light sensitive control. So if I were to turn on the lights, it would actually turn off to save energy. Over here it is. And if I turn up the lights, voila. As you can see, these actually turn on again. You don't really need to press any button. But I'm not sure if it would actually go to a different color or not. But over here is actually the LED control here. Now, according to my perceptions, I do believe this does go kind of bright. I'm not sure what the luminosity is, but it is quite effective if used as kind of a night lamp or something. In case if your room is too dark, then you could actually use this as sort of a lamp. But let me show you guys some others. Over here is my other light over here. This is actually the second light. Now I'm actually going to turn on the lights and show you guys it has been turned off. But ironically, this fourth lamp actually broke. I'm not sure why, but it actually did broke, unfortunately. So over here is my verdict of these 4 LED light controls. Now I would actually rate them a 3 out of 5 in terms of usability, because one of them actually did break, which is kind of unfortunate. But in terms of value, I would actually give it a 5 out of 5, because these 4 are actually free. And therefore you could actually plug them in and actually use them as kind of mini night lamps. But unfortunately, because these are actually $30 without any sale, therefore for the value I would actually rate these 2 out of 5, which is kind of unfortunate, because these are kind of quirky at least. And finally, here's some of the instructions for BT280 as well as F9. If you're not sure, because I did not even cover the volume up and volume down button, as well as the play and pause button, unfortunately. But over here is some of your reference. Even though this video is actually a review of 3 free products or supposedly free products, this is actually not consumer advice. So I'm just reviewing these for the sake of reviewing them, actually for fun. So I hope you actually enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching. Please give a big thumbs up, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you guys soon.